Today at Coyote Classics, we're going to be checking out this 1972 Buick GS 455. This is a factory survivor car. The person I bought this from has owned this probably the last 40 some years. This was his high school car, so it's got a lot of cool history with it. I'll kind of go through the information on the motor and stuff with you as well. When we got this one in and checked it in, we actually found the build sheet under the driver's side front seat. So the interior is 100% original, except for that bottom of that front seat cover that I just switched out temporarily. Now underneath the hood, it's got a 1970 GS 455 Stage 1 engine. So it's got a lot of different specs in it. This engine was rebuilt back in 1998. It's got about 20,000 miles on the rebuild. Transmission's got a shift kit, rear end's got a 342 gears in it. Just a really cool original GS, but kind of modified and upgraded a little bit, Brady.
Yeah, it looks great under the hood.
It really does. And then, like I said, everything else is pretty much bone stock. We bought 6 cars from this gentleman in his collection. This is one of the 6, and like I said, this was his high school car. He's had it for 40 years.
That's
so
awesome.
Maybe longer, maybe 50 years, so pretty cool. What I'd classify this one as just kind of a neat survivor. Cruise night car, definitely not a show car by any means, but just a neat driver with a lot of power.
Yeah, I like the top on it too.
As far as the hood lines up, great on both sides and the back. Kind of a neat color. Body line from top to bottom on that door and fender gap is excellent. Looks like you see one tiny little blemish under there. Another one possibly right here, but very, very solid. Make sure you go to our website, coyoteclassics.com. Check out the floor pan pictures on this as well. Bottom of the door lines up great to that quarter panel. In front of the rear wheel is excellent. Door is great. Painted white roof. Got a couple tiny little spots of rust right here. Just a little surface rust, no big deal in there. Nice and solid all the way through. Aftermarket spoiler looks pretty cool on there. Bumpers are original, so they have their little oxidation on the bumpers. Tail lights, same thing, just a little worn. Again, cool car though, very solid. Tires and wheels, original wheels.
And the exhaust sounds really good too.
It does, doesn't it? Corners of the doors are great. Again, original rubbers, original paint in the door jambs, original door panels. Seats were all original. It's just that driver's side seat bottom was pretty ripped up. So all I had here, I couldn't get the original seat covers or I would have recovered these, but they're 2.5 months out. So it doesn't really do me any good to order them. So we had a Chevelle one sitting here. I went ahead and recovered the bottom with the Chevelle bucket seat for now. As far as aftermarket tack, original AM FM radio, the dash steering wheel, top of the dash pad is excellent. Dome lights work underneath the dash. Again, seats, like I said, seats are worn, but it's almost 60 years old. Make sure you don't lose that. Dome lights work in the back. Headliner, it does have a seam split right here just on the seam. Hopefully that could be fixed, maybe sewed. Rest of the headliner is in great shape. Seat belts in the front, seat belts in the back, and this one does have the factory console as well in the floor shift. So, trunk lid fits great. Again, no one ever mudded this in. Left that seam nicely. Rear quarters excellent, no bubbles or blisters. Over top of the wheel, we do have just a little bit of rust through here. So a little bit will need to be repaired. Really the only thing I've seen on the whole entire car is right here, as far as any rust. Bottom of the door is great. Corner of the door is good. In front of the quarter is excellent. Window felts and stuff like that and rubbers are shot. They're original. Never been replaced. Back of the hood lines up good. Again, doors are awesome. Bottom of the fenders are great. Body lines are good on it.
But this would be a great car for somebody that wants to buy something cheaper and do some work on it down the road.
Yeah, especially with a good look, good stance, and a lot of horsepower.
And a nice motor under the hood.
Yeah, bucket seats. Again, here's your corner of the doors are rust free. Original rubbers. I mean, a guy could do a lot just cleaning the door jambs up, putting new rubbers and felts in, stuff that's bolt-on stuff. If you want to go ahead and do the interior, you can. Original carpet. It does have tilt and it does have cruise. Pretty rare options. But again, we have the factory build sheet, real deal GS car. Wipers work. It's got an aftermarket tack here in front of the clock. That works. They said all the dome lights work in it.
Yep.
Dash lights work. Got your factory AM radio still, AM, FM. Probably doesn't work, but we'll see here. Heater fan works. Yep. Horn does not. Oh yeah, it does, I guess.
There she goes.
Does work. Cool. There's a state patrol right there, ain't it?
Oh, and it's even got the seatbelt thing. That's pretty cool.
Fasten seatbelt light. That was good timing, wasn't it, Braids? Doesn't sound like the original radio's working, but it does. All the dials move freely.
Smooth ride.
It is, isn't it? Like I said, this is his driver. I mean, he had that beautiful Grand National that was barely driven. Here's your brakes. Brakes work perfect. Oil pressure's way on the high side. Gas gauge works. Temp gauge is just starting to come off the C. So all those factory gauges work great. So it looks, just to kind of recap, also has an adjustable mirror here. So just to recap, the only thing that's not working is that factory radio. Just cool that it's still there.
But yeah, this thing feels like you're driving on a cloud. It's very smooth. Oh, wow.
Transmission shifts great. That was about a 4,500 RPM shift from first to second.
Great power too.
A lot of power. And like you said, speedometer works great. Look at this. We went through the brakes. Brakes are awesome. Steering's great. Everything works, but just a ton of power. So like you said, this is going to be in the 20s. So it's something you can buy. It's a real grand sport. 455, just a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go through it one more time, should we? You like her?
I do.
Tranny shift's great. 3,000 RPMs at 70 mile an hour. So that's probably about right. We had wrote down about 342 gear. And like you said, it just, the shocks, and just everything just feels good on it. What a cool driver. So check this one out on our website. Make sure you look at the floor pan pictures. Just a super solid, real deal GS with a badass engine.